Alright, welcome to Chaos Nutrition. That's who sponsors the show. Old School Training and Muscle Sport Mag. But Chaos Nutrition sponsors the show. And listen, guys, if you like this show, you got to keep it going. You got to fucking go to Chaos Nutrition. They have, he's got a lot of, supplements there. But I know he has a good pre-workout. Joe Pitaro told me that. So if you want to check out some, listen, most of the pre-workouts are all the fucking same anyway. So if you're going to, spend your scott, go to support the show here. Go to, I need to put this light on, I think. Go to Chaos Nutrition. There you go. If you're going to, you need a good pre-workout, go to chaosnutrition.com. All right. Listen, okay. Anyway, so before we get started here, I got to show you. I love this magazine. I always like the old muscular developments, like this one here. Hold on. Like shit like this. This is like the first, when it looked like this, muscular development. Okay, and obviously I worked there for 15 years, but it had nothing to do with that. And I loved Muscle Mag. Robert Kennedy was actually a very good guy to me. Holy shit. Anyway. Okay, and here's, okay, this is 1974. I think it says winter, 1974. Look at that cover. Look at those chicks in the bikini. The guy's pretty built. I'm not sure who the hell that is. Is that C.F. Smith? I think that's who it is. I'm just guessing. Look, the cover's actually coming off, which is a no-no, because all these magazines are in great shape, but I have a few. This is one of the few. Anyway, there you go. Look at that. Tell me how old school that shit is. All right, and on the back, do you need self-defense? What all this bullshit? Anyway, so let me take this cover because it's like loose. Let me show it to you like this. My girlfriend gonna freak out. Look, there's the cover. Okay, that's the cover right there. Muscle. This is 1974. Cost I think 75 cents, something like that. You can't get a magazine for shit anymore. Anyway, now. The back page, you got Vince Gironda, and, remember I told you guys about, Vince's book, the Vince's Secret Locker, book by Carl Coyne, right here, okay? Now, check it out. This is, look at Robert Kennedy. He was a great guy. He passed away, Robert Kennedy. He was the publisher. Great guy. Inspired me a lot. Okay, when I got out of jail and shit, he was a great guy, man. Never gonna hear me say a bad word about him. Okay, I think we showed this ad before, but who doesn't remember? Old school guys, come on, guys, right there. Steve Davis, remember that ad where he looked all fat and shit, and then he, was ripped. He was a tall guy, but more like Frank Zane type build. You know what I mean? Not jacked and juiced up and shit. I mean, I'm sure he took juice. Robert Nalen. This guy's on the cover of another magazine, an old school, but hold on. You remember, these guys are not like the guys today. Like, they were into more of that structure. Look at the girl's bikini. and shit. That looks so funny to me. Look at that. The guy is a great structure. Okay, he needs a little more legs, but look at that. Look at the bikini. Look at her in the bikini. I don't know. That's so... You young guys wouldn't understand, but us older guys, it's so 70s. Oh, look at this shit. You remember, you guys? Do you remember this shirt? Remember when guys used to wear shirts like that? I used to wear those shirts. Look how old that... Look at the... That's so early to mid-70s right there. I'll bet he's got... It doesn't show his feet. But chunky heels. There you go. But you have to have, you know, chest for that shit. You gotta be built to wear that shit. He looks like he needs a little more arms, but... Anyway, remember that? Those shirts? The muscle t-shirt and all that? Remember that? You young guys are probably like, what the fuck? You know? Oh man, there's so much... The truth. The truth about steroids. Right there, the truth. Alright, and then, look, this is their little card. This is their renewal card right here. Send it to Muscle Mag, right? Look, right there. Send it to Muscle Mag. That little renewal card. Look at how fucking 70s that is. Look what the chick looks like. Look what the dude looks like. Fill that out, you get a subscription. I wish I knew how much this... I can't read. $5! Ha! You get a year's worth. Right there, look. $5. Right there, see? $5. You get a year's worth. A magazine for $5. I can't even get a carton of eggs for that now. Don't get me started on that shit. Hold on, let me pass this here. Hold on, there's some really good shit in this magazine. I love this magazine. There's Arnold sitting with his boys. Rick Wayne wrote this article, but that's Arnold in the middle, sitting with his... Is that Butler and those guys? I don't know who the hell that is. Sitting with his boys. Alright, hold on. Give me a second. I'm trying to show you guys some good stuff. Dude, you remember when those amino drinks came out like that and they were in those shampoo bottles? Remember that? You know half that shit was fake, right? Beverly International's made a good one, but it tasted like dry heave. Oh, look at fucking John Kemper. Man, the infamous John Kemper. He's passed away, okay? Diamond Jim right there. Kemper. Look at him. Hold on. This is John Kemper, right? Yeah, it is. Holy shit, imagine. I'm always wrong with shit, but I mean, I knew John Kemper. Look, this is one of the... look, you see that thing too right there? Look. Wait, where is it? Can you guys see that? That's fucking thing. Right? This is old school ads and shit. That's one of the things that I remember fucking around with that down at the YMCA. Oh shit, we used to have the same lap machine in the first gym I trained at. Look, where you sit on a floor. You see that? You actually sitting on the floor. Can you guys see that? I can't see what you see. You see that right there? You're sitting on the floor. We had that same lap machine. But that one machine I just showed you, that's the machine, one of the machines that was fucking around now when Charlie Adams told me, get off there. Is this Lance Strayer? I can't see shit, man. I think that's Lance. I don't know. Oh no, that's Steve Davis. What an idiot. Lance Strayer. Steve Davis, right here, look. He looked good right here. Lance Strayer had big cannons, had big arms, had different hair. Kind of a ball haircut. That's Steve Davis. Look at him. That's old school, man. Joe Spooner. Remember him? Joe Spooner. Look at him. Remember him? Now, you guys see these guys right now, and they almost look like the guys that are natty. But, you know, today's natties. But back then, these guys were top dogs, man. They were, you know, Louis Cyr. Remember all these fucking ads, you know? Get strong and all this shit. I used to believe a lot of this shit. Let me see what time it is, because I gotta... Oh, Steve Davis again, guys. This is the Steve Davis show right here. Look at his physique. That's a nice physique, though. Okay? That's a good physique. But today, that shit won't go anywhere. I guess there he is, was getting his arms checked by some chick. Maybe his wife. I don't know. But that's so 70s. If you're not old school, you won't remember. Who the fuck is this? Oh, Don Peters. I remember this guy. Wife's not bad looking. She's waving at the camera. Right there, look at with his kid, Don Peters. Now, you guys don't know who fuck... You old school guys know who that is, but you young guys have no fucking clue. Alright, hold on. Let me get to... This whole magazine's full of cool shit, man. I can show you the whole thing. Who is this? I mean, is that... What's his name? I know Dave Draper. Who's the other guy, though? Is that Larry? Is that Larry? Wait a minute, hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I think it's Larry Scott. I can't tell. And Dave Draper grabbing each other's arms. I'm sorry. I'm not holding the magazine good. I'm sorry. Relax. Okay, that's them right there. There's so much in this fucking thing. I could be here all day doing this shit. You have no idea. This magazine is so packed with stuff. I mean, so many old school pictures. Let me see if I can find something you guys might find interesting. I feel like I'm boring you. Simmer down. Dude, I have one of these still. The Power Crusher. Remember Arnold? Ben the Crusher, Ronald, in the movie Pumping Iron right there. The Power Crusher. Dude, I have one right now. I can't even do it. I used to do it when I was 15 years old. Now I'm like, you know? I'm old. Okay, hold on. Chill out. Chill the fuck out. Hold on. I'm trying to find some more shit for you guys. Here's Vince Gironda. Right here. Teaching a guy how to do triceps. Not a bad exercise, but that's typical Vince Gironda. Right there. Typical Vince Gironda. Catch you squatting. Get out of the gym! Anyway. I want to get into some questions here. But I mean, remember they had all these ads. I can't... They had all the ads like this. Remember, guys? Remember all these ads? You remember this shit? I mean, this magazine is loaded with the cool shit. All of it brings back memories, you know? It all brings back memories. You know, let's see here. Hold on. Anyway, hold on. Is that... Who is this guy? Hold on. Way to go. Come on, you motherfucker. Oh, shit! Oh, shit! They got a naked chick in here. Oh, I'm going to have to cover this or you won't... Look. This girl's naked. Oh, man. Wait. Oh. That girl right there. She's kind of cute, too. She's... I don't know. Oh, shit. Joe, if you're watching this, I can't tell because I can't really see what the hell's going on. Joe Pitel, if you're watching this, I guess... Brother... Could cover her boob. I can't believe they have a naked chick in here. She's pretty cute, too. Holy shit. Now I really like this magazine, you know? This guy's doing bench dips on a fucking, you know, bench dips, feet down on the ground, or not on a, they're not a, oh, are they? They're on a board, you know? Bench dips for the triceps. I don't even know who that is. That might be Steve Reeves or one of those, because there's a lot of Steve Reeves shit in here. Anyway, guys, I feel like I'm boring the shit out of you, sorry. I have a ton of magazines here, but I got to get the questions. I got to cut it down because these shows are getting too long. Alright? So... I'll be back with some questions. Alright, first question. Joe Toth. Joe's been asking me this, I think on every video he puts this down. And, I'm going to answer this, but let me... He wants to know, can you... how important are genetics in building muscle and all that? And then he says, oh my God, I'm so bad here. How to tell if you have what it takes to be a champion, and how long does it take till you finally realize whether you got it or you don't? So he's asking me, how important are genetics? He's asking me, how can you tell if you're going to be a champion, and how long, basically, do you have to do this until you find out I'm wasting my time or I can be a champion? Joe, listen to me. Genetics are obviously a plus, alright? Do they make champions? No. Hard work, big balls, and a big heart to fucking go is what makes a champion and what puts muscle on you. Yes, The rabbit and the turtle. The rabbit knows, bro, I can beat this turtle slow. I can kick its ass in a race. I'm going to sit back, blow a fart, eat a few fucking, carrots, you know what I mean? Maybe take a nap. But the turtle never stops. He just keeps going. Slow, but he keeps going. And eventually when the rabbit wakes up, the turtle's crossing the finish line where the rabbit really hasn't even begun the race. What does that mean? That means you could have all the God-given genetics on the planet. Okay? That doesn't mean you're going to be a champion of anything. You got to bust your nuts. There's a ton of guys. I'm not even going to name. There's guys I see that had no lats, no arms, nothing, no legs, different things like that. And today, one of them is a champion. I was like, dude, this guy, when I saw him when he was an amateur, I'm like, got nothing. Nothing stands out. He's one of the most popular bodybuilders right now. Okay? I was going to tell you, for the Olympia, I'm talking about. It doesn't matter. You got to stop fucking, like, bro, I know guys like that. Joe, I hope you're not one of those fucking ball breakers in the gym. Bro, check it out, look. And they stand there and they shut posing and shit and looking at their lats and doing, and then they start asking me, bro, do I have what it takes? Do you think I could be a champion? Bro, you got to ask me that. You don't have what it takes. If you have to ask me, can I be a champion? You think I got what it takes? Then you're not, no, bro, no, you don't have what it takes because you're asking me that. A true champion never even looks back, doesn't care, okay? Just keeps going and going and going, and mentally, they don't, you don't miss workouts. Listen, there's guys who, genetics are, how can I say this to you? Genetics, I had a natural structure when I was young. Dave Palumbo talks about it, always says, Greg, you could have went all the way. I have the sweepy thighs, this tiny, tiny waist. I even have narrow hips right now. I'm not fat at all, bro. You can go look at my leg workout. See my legs, what they look like. They're striated. My ass is striated. I have giant hamstrings. All of that I had that when I was young. It was there, but it was small. I was skinny, but I responded. There's another thing, what I'm going to tell you. So, you can have a great structure, but maybe you're a slow responder. Usually if you have a great structure, you're a pretty good responder. As soon as you start lifting weights, you respond. But the other thing is there are some guys who just respond with steroids. They're hyper responders. Okay, so you got to take that into effect. Maybe they didn't have the structure somebody like me had or somebody else. It was naturally, I have the big V taper, the broad shoulders, blah, blah, blah. But they had the heart, the drive, and they respond really well to drugs. I responded well to drugs. I gained 100 pounds from them. And I'm going to toot my own horn. I'm trying to explain to you. You're asking me, so I'm trying to explain to you. Genetics is too many people use genetics to sit back and go, I got it easy. I can, bro, look at the structure. Standing around doing all that, standing around posing after every set in the gym. There's guys that do that now at my gym. Always putting up the bicep, you know what I mean? Always standing there, doing the lat spread, doing it. And I'm like, bro, please stop doing that. Stop, stop admiring yourself. Good, better, best. You never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. Do you understand that? It's almost 63 years old. I'll be 63 in a couple months. I train like a motherfucker. You understand? When I go to the gym, it's all or it's nothing. But that's me. And that's why I'm still jacked. I got a lot of muscle on me for a guy my age. You understand what I'm saying? And I only do TRT. I have to cycle because that's what my doctor has me doing. I do it 200 milligrams every 10 days. And it doesn't do shit, bro. I don't feel it doesn't do anything for my body. The only thing it does for mentally, my joints don't hurt, blah, 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 blah. But it's not making me jacked. I'm not jacked for any of that stuff because when I go off, you can't even tell the difference. And it's only 200 milligrams, and I have to have it because my test level is 125 without it. Because I abused steroids back in the day. I abused the shit out of them. Anyway, and I happily abused them. So, Joe, yes, genetics play a huge part, but there's nothing like having heart, balls, and determination, the brain power. That's what separates the champions from the other guys. There's plenty of guys, I'm not going to name names, there's plenty of guys who are ripped, have incredible fucking structure, but they're not shredded. They're not, they're ripped to a point, but they're not shredded enough, and even their structure's so amazing. If they ever got in wicked shape, they could beat everybody, but they just can't do it. Okay, it's just more. I mean, Rich Gaspari's a perfect example. My boy Branch Warren, all those guys, they have heart. They have heart. They weren't gifted the genetics that a lot of other guys who had great genetics, great structure, and everything who could have beat them. But they got in such condition, and they just never stopped. Do you understand? They were like that turtle. They just kept going and going. And that's what makes a champion. Your balls make you a champion. There's a lot of guys who just piss genetics away. So I hope that helps you. Please don't be one of those guys, though, that drives everybody crazy. Do you think I have what it takes? Look at my lats. Do you think I have what it takes? I know I could use more of my chest, but what do you think? Do you think if I keep training, if you're one of those guys, holy fuck, stop worrying about genetics and just worry about busting your hole in the gym, because there's plenty of guys I can name that didn't have genetics as good as a lot of other guys, yet they're champions, and the other guys aren't. It's because of their fucking determination. That's better than anything. Genetics helps, but nothing like determination. Okay, so next question. Just don't be one of those guys, Joe, please. All right, Tony Androli. I can't see. I spell it. I can't pronounce names too well. I have a partial tear that was repaired on his right shoulder, but his left shoulder is fully torn. So he's got a repaired partial tear that was repaired on his right shoulder. His left shoulder is fully torn. Okay? And he wants to know if this will cause him to not get bicep growth. If he's still, bicep. Well, I don't understand the correlation with that. Try shoulders. I answered his comment a little bit on the video, but I think this is an important comment. Okay, an important question. A lot of you guys are like, dude, I can't relate to that. I don't have torn, shoulders or whatever. But listen to what he's saying. Sometimes an injury like that can affect your body from growing muscle, and this is what happens. More than anything, if you can't train because you got torn shoulders, or if you can't train correctly, where you full range of motion, not the heavy weight like you guys are obsessed with, but the full range of motion, making the muscle do the work. I'm not telling you to lift light weights. I'm telling you to use moderately heavy. Okay. A weight, we call it a working weight, a weight that you can get some reps with, and feel, okay. But you got to do full range. Don't give me this cheating shit or half reps or any of that shit. Full range. Now, sometimes an injury, whether it's a shoulder, a pec tear, or bicep tear, or whatever, obviously is going to stop you from working out or can stop your range of motion. The other thing that happens, okay, and what's his name? Tony, the other thing that can happen in your case, especially with shoulders, is that you have nerves, okay, that run down and in your traps and all comes down here. And sometimes if a nerve is impinged or the nerve is fucked up too, a shoulder can cause it to pinch the nerve. It can. I mean, the famous, you old school guys who are watching this, you remember Gunnar Rosbo. You remember Gunnar Rosbo? He was a mass monster, but he had an impingement of like a pinched nerve or something in one of his traps, and it actually affected the whole one side of his body, where you can see it was very obvious. One side was huge and the other side was smaller, a lot, very noticeably smaller. His bicep, tricep. So I mean, you're asking me a strange question. You're asking me a question of, your shoulders affecting your biceps. The way they affect the biceps is by impinging the nerve, affecting the nerve. That could happen. But more than likely, you don't have a nerve problem. You might just have, obviously, range of motion, everything. Train your biceps, make the muscle do the work. Dave Palumbo was just talking about, Vince Taylor, who I've been in the gym, was here at my place, in 1989 he was in my place. And he, here. We're my house, and he when he would train, he would stand there and do cable curls, and he wasn't doing light, but he would make the muscle. He would actually squeeze the muscle, Do you understand? He would squeeze it when he worked, and he actually made the muscle contract and hard. He didn't have to use weight. His mind made that muscle grab the workload. So, if I were you, Tony, I would try to use a working weight. And all of you guys watching this, whatever your injury is, work around it. Obviously, the old saying, it hurts when I do this, then don't do this. But if you're worried about your biceps, this is Tony asking this question about biceps here, work around it. Do you understand? Use a weight that you can work with that really, and work on getting the contraction, put the brain in there, and almost like when you flex, if I said, show me your bicep, you flex, and you make that bicep flex. You understand? You flex the bicep, you contract the bicep. We'll do that in your mind when you're training. Okay? I mean, guys, injuries, you have to work around. Knees and everything. Guys that friggin' have bad knees and stuff, you see all of a sudden their thighs go, like this. Try to work around it, I mean, you can't put any stress on the knee. That's not going to heal it. It's like, Tony, you can't put stress on them shoulders. That's not going to heal them. Okay? But you can work around it with, if you're worried about other body parts, work around it. Use a working weight. Don't try to go heavy, and don't try to do basic exercises. If it was me, I mean, barbells are nice, but I like that, I like to do concentration, go shit like that, That's what I would do. So, I hope that helps you. You got to work around things. If you got an injury, isolate the muscle that you're worried about and work around. Obviously, you can't work on an injured muscle. But you're asking me about biceps, so that's the best I can help you with. All right? All right. Next question. And for this last question right here, I think it's a good question. I think it could help some of you people. I'm not really an expert on this stuff, because let me read the question first. His name is Andre. He says, this is like a whole spin here, but he says, I am currently going on Zoloft. I've taken in the past a few other SSRIs. My doctor changed me now. I'm on Zoloft, and I'm afraid that this is going to make me not be able to gain muscle. I'm putting this in a nutshell, what he's saying. So, he's asking me, do I feel like going on Zoloft? He has a history with the SSRIs, and I guess he should know already. I don't know why he's asking me, but anyway. Alright, so Andre, Zoloft is an SSRI, which is a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor, okay? And it actually helps your brain, with serotonin. Now, listen to me. The problem with these things with all these chemicals, each one acts differently on each person's body. Each person has a different reaction. Some people don't have problems with it. Other people do have problems with it. Okay? I've seen people get fat as cows taking that shit, and I think Zoloft is one of them. And then I've seen people not get fat. It all depends on the person who's taking these things. In some cases, it can raise your estrogen. In some cases, it does not. Some cases, it lowers your testosterone. In some cases, it does not. I do not know the particulars about each one of them. I don't know. I don't know about Zoloft. I do know that I personally don't like anything that would make me go to the gym and feel bleh. You know what I mean? I think once you start taking them, you adapt to them. So therefore, they don't affect you. If you feel good taking them, then that will help you work out. If you do not feel good taking them, then obviously they're not going to be helpful. All right? They don't break muscle tissue down. They basically work on the cabezal. Okay? Now, Corona. Anyway, so I would be more worried about going to the gym and being lethargic, okay, and not wanting to work out. Maybe, and when you feel like that, everything feels heavy to you. I don't think but for the most part, that doesn't, there are a lot of guys who take head meds, anxiety medicines and everything, stuff like Lexapro, I said Lexapro, Lexapro I know is one of them, my friend takes that, stuff like Xanax, lorazepam, which is Ativan, Valium, those kind of things make you chagad. You know what I'm saying? Like this, and they make you want to sleep. Seroquel, trazodone. Those are, those. I don't think those are SSRIs, but I don't. They're not. They're benzos. Benzos are, are make you tired and everything. So I wouldn't say that they're good for working out. Anything that's going to affect you going to the gym and having that, you know what I mean? That's how it'll affect you. It's not going to eat up muscle. It's not going to, it can tap into your strength by making you weak as far as, because you're feeling lethargic. If you're not feeling lethargic, then it shouldn't affect you. It make you feel good. Listen, my friend killed himself from taking that stuff, so I don't recommend it. I don't remember which one he took. My friend Bob on him. He was normal, but if you're depressed, your wife left you, or your wife passed away, or something's wrong with your kids, your work is getting to you, school is getting to you, your parents died or grandparent died or something like that, your car got in an accident, whatever. That's normal to feel depressed. You don't need a pill to help you get through that. Okay? That's something that you shouldn't be on any kind of medication for. That's normal to feel depressed. You got to go through that. It's okay to cry. It's okay for things like that. It's not okay to quit. You can't over a normal reaction, human reaction, again, you're crying because you're upset, you're hurt. That's not a reason why you should be on any of these things. If you're crazy, you ran down the street naked, or you climbed your parents' house and jumped off into a tree, or you do insane shit like that, then you got a chemical imbalance and you need to be on something. But a lot of people use these things as a crutch. Do you understand? Again, my girlfriend broke up with me, whatever, I crashed my car, my job sucks, my boss is on my ass, I can't go through school, is killing me, I'm depressed because, I miss my home, whatever. Okay, those are normal, it's normal. There's something wrong with you if you're not depressed for those things. If you're not depressed, you got something wrong with you. Okay? But you don't need a pill for that. And you don't need an antidepressant for that. And these things are given out too frequently by doctors. They need to be given out. They need to be given out for people who have serious, up there in the brain. You understand? They have serious problems. That's what it needs to be given out for. Not because your girlfriend is giving you grief or she doesn't want to see you anymore, she cheated on you, whatever, something stupid like. You don't need, I know it hurts. Get over it. You'll be okay. You got to go through things. And life is full of hills and valleys, okay? And sometimes we're on that top of that hill and we're like, yeah, man, I did it. I conquered I conquered shit. And sometimes you're at the lowest part of the valley. It's normal. It's normal. It's what life is. Nobody doesn't have valleys. Everybody has valleys. Everybody's got hills. Everybody's got valleys. Some of you may be like, I don't have any hills. Stop feeling sorry for yourself, okay? Don't fill up a bathtub with a pit, with a pool, with a river of poor me. You understand? And sleep in it. Don't go swimming in a river of poor me. Don't fill up a bathtub, with poor me, okay? Get over that shit. Everybody goes through that. My parents are dead and everything else. My sister just died. There's a lot of things. My girlfriend died. And, I've seen people killed in front of me. It's fucked up shit. I've never taken it. I don't need no head med. I don't need anything to get over anxiety. I don't get anxiety. Sorry. I don't have that. So I don't really, I can't speak from that point of view, but I can tell you I have been depressed and shit over things like losing a girlfriend or something. I have. But I didn't need a pill to get me through that. I knew that the sun's going to come up tomorrow and I'm going to get through this. Do you understand? I'm going to get through this. I know it looks like I can't, but I get knocked down, I get back up. And that's what you need to do. Okay? So, I think I'm going off on Andre, right? Andre? Yeah. I mean, basically, I think you're okay if you have to do that, but just why don't you reevaluate why you need to do these things? You know what I mean? Do you really have a chemical imbalance? Because these things can create a chemical imbalance. Okay? Do you really need this? Are you really that crazy that you need this shit? You know what I mean? If you are, take it. But just beware. Beware, like my friend, he was straight. Bob was straight. His brain was perfect. He would be the first one to give you advice. But once that shit got in him, some of the side effects of these things are that they cause depression. Some antidepressants cause depression. Some anti-anxiety medicines cause anxiety. Okay? So be careful with that. My friend killed himself because of that shit. He started hallucinating, thinking things away. I had Alzheimer's, I am going blind. None of that stuff's true. But he believed it was true. And it's all because of that stuff. So that can happen. And I'm not telling you, I'm not trying to scare anybody off that needs this. But most people really don't need it. Okay? They just need to get their shit together. They need a good kick in their fucking caboose. You know what I mean? And that's what they need. Alright? So, it's not going to affect your muscles. The only thing it can affect is you going to the gym feeling chagad. And if you feel chagad in the gym because you're taking this stuff, after a while, you shouldn't feel chagad no more, and you should feel better taking it. If you don't feel better taking it, you're still chagad. Get off it. Start off by taking if you have to take it, but the way to get off anything, you got a pill, bite a little crumb, spit it out. Okay, and then take the pill. The next day, you bite another crumb, it's a little bit bigger crumb. And each day, you take a crumb less until eventually you're taking a crumb, just a crumb of the pill. That's all that's left, just a crumb of the pill. Maybe once every other day, then once every 2 days, then once every 3 days, and eventually stop. That's the way. A plane doesn't land like this. Oh, look, there's Earth. It crashes if it does that. A plane lands like this. Okay, so you got to slowly taper down. If that's what you need. Now, Andre's not asking me that. He's asking me, can I train with this? Is it going to affect my workout? He said he has a history of taking other things. He has a whole thing here. He said Lexapro, Wellbutrin, Abilify, Paxil, or not Pavel? Pavel? I don't know, whatever. And now it's all... Dude, if you've taken all these things and now he's putting you on something else, I think you need your head examined. But regardless, and you guys out there, if you're taking head meds, it can make you fat. It can throw your hormones off. It could also, enhance them a little bit. So each person's different. Each medication's different. Just evaluate yourself. Do you really need this? Or are you dependent on it? Are you hooked on it? Okay? Because personally, unless you have a chemical imbalance in your brain, a real chemical imbalance, not like, yeah, I do, without it I feel like shit. That's not a chemical imbalance. That's causing you to have a chemical imbalance because you feel like shit, because you're used to taking that shit. But I mean, what are you stressing? If you're stressing normal things that you're supposed to stress, it sucks, but that's what life's about. You're going to, broken heart, loss of job, loss of, parent, spouse, whatever. Okay? Capiche? Alright. So it's not going to affect you. It's not going to affect you. Just maybe make you a little tired. That's it. But I wouldn't take that shit. Alright. That's it. Let me get this off. That's it for this month. I wish I could show you more, but I gotta keep this thing down. I can get crazy showing this shit with you guys. If you guys were sitting here with me, we could go through these magazines. I got stacks of them here. Stacks of them. Old school bodybuilding, bro. It's listen, these guys today, the shit that's going on today with the heavy drugs, Dave sent me some guy, I didn't know, these guys today, they all look the same. But he's like 360 pounds, the next mass monster. He's even way bigger than Nick Walker, way bigger than Big Ramy. Every one of these guys, and somebody from the Middle East, every one of these guys is so jacked. It's gotten like to the point where, he posted a picture of a friggin' girl. Dave, and I don't remember her name. She's going in the New York Pro. Oh my God, you might as well put like Her legs are like fucking big rammies. They're split, they're separate. Dude, you can't have legs like that for a girl. That's ugly. For me, I don't know, bro. That's ugly. And you have to see she's jacked. I mean, she looks like she looks like a male that competes in her abs. She's more ripped. Even Dave said she's got striations on top of her. She's striated. It's weird how chicks can get harder than men. This girl's hard. I don't know how to put the picture. Let me see if I could put it. If I can edit this shit. I don't know. I can't guarantee you. If I can edit this shit, I'll put the picture right here. If I can't, all I know is that's out of control, bro. That's out of control. Give me Gladys Portuguese. Give me Rachel McClish. Even Corey Everson. Give me those type of bodies. Any day of the week, bro. Any day of the week. I'm there. I'm down with that. But to see some chick that's got like more jacked than me pull my finger, you know what I mean? Got ribs shredded. That may turn some of you guys on, you know? Then, don't let me hear you say shit about the friggin' trannies then. Because if you like that, if you like girls that are that jacked, you know what I mean? Got to shave their back and shit like that because it's taking so much test, and you talk like this and hi, yes, I'm going into the Nationals. They all have that voice like that. That tone. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's you, bro. It ain't me. I'll run a mile from that shit. Fuck that. Anyway, give me some of these chicks, like the girl like on the cover. I mean, the bathing suits suck, but that's a nice body. That's a girl's body. They're fit. They're tight and shit. But they're not like freaking dudes, I mean, come on. And that's an old school chick, Just like, I guess some of you guys, when I showed the Playboys, they still do. I'm not going to pull them out now, but I have them right here. Dude, give me that 70s friggin' the Devil's Triangle down there, you know what I mean? The little Bermuda Triangle with a forest down there. I like that. The 70s, bro, I'd rather have that than see some chick that's all shaved, it's got stubble, got hair. Hey, yeah, I'm going for the Nationals. Sorry. That's not old school body. I miss the old school. I miss shit like this, I miss, I miss this shit. I miss this old school stuff. Yeah, fuck it. I miss seeing, the old school guys showing it. Look, I'm looking for an old school guy. This old school guy. Some of these guys are too, like, they're not jacked at all. But I mean, look, you get it. I don't have to shape pictures. You know what I'm talking about. I miss the old school guys. I miss the way the guys used to look. So that's just me. Maybe I'm like my father. I'm getting old, like when my father'd hear rock and roll, he'd be like, oh, that's what kind of music? That's not music. Meanwhile, rock to me is, the shit, Now today I hear all this fucking, I'm not even going to say it, it's not even rap music. Rap music was fun when it first came. This shit's not. This is like, guys bragging about, guns and girls' asses and how much money they make and all that shit. Forget about it. Oh, I guess I'm getting old. So, but we're on old school bodybuilding. That's why you're here. All right? All right, I'll shut the fuck up. All right, listen. Listen to me. Hey, you got to put your comments down here. You got to put your questions down. If you don't like these questions, how about asking me some good shit? How about asking me some good questions? If you don't like these, ask me some good questions. All right? And support this show. Because otherwise, it's bye-bye. No more of these. I got another cover here. Wait. Yeah. Another cover. It came off the magazines. They fall on the ground. The cover comes... Because they're old, bro. Another one from the early 70s. Right here. Okay? Look. Okay? You like seeing this stuff? You like seeing all the cool shit in these magazines? Mini Jim, the Royal Power Rack. This is on the other side. This is 1974 stuff here. If you like seeing this shit, then, do the right thing, put some comments down, share the video with your friends, whatever, go to Chaos Nutrition and get one of their friggin' pre-workouts or whatever. Otherwise, eventually they might not want to do it anymore. But anyway, there you go. So I'll shut the fuck up. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. I'm going to show you some cool stuff. I got to show you some equipment and things. I think that's what I got to do. I have a lot of equipment here. Old shit. Alright, stop fucking around. See you next video.